All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can. I'm using a bit of a different setup tonight. Just want to make sure it works before we get too far. Okay, great. Thank you for joining me for my listening party. Okay, yeah, that's where I'm looking. Great. This listening party from a new record. You Get It All. It's coming out October 29th, which is in about 2 weeks. But I wanted to have a special preview for you guys, for my patrons. It means so much to me that y'all support me through Patreon and have been here through thick and thin. And so I just thought this might be a fun thing to do. So some people had asked whether it is going to be on replay, and I'm sorry I didn't get back to you in time. It is going to be on. I'm going to keep the video up. So if you need to go do something, if you want to go watch the Dodgers-Giants game, I'll leave this up, and you can watch it later. But if you're here right now, we can have this communal experience. So anyway, it's good to see y'all. I wish I could see you, but anyway, it's good to be seen. I know you're out there. I can see your comments, and I'm not playing guitar tonight, so I can like focus on this. Let's see. Okay, Krista just signed up for Patreon yesterday. Well, Krista, welcome. Howdy from Seattle. Howdy. Susan Ramirez pre-ordered the record. Okay, well, it's good to see y'all. Steven says this thing's working. Todd Snyder reference early in the show. It's good. Randall asks what I'm drinking. I'm drinking Pinot Noir, some red wine. Yeah, it's been a busy day. You can probably tell my room is a mess right now. This is all the gear. We're heading out on tour on Saturday. Ryan and Tyler, who are our crew, are coming to get the vehicle and trailer and drive down to Galveston for the first show, and I'm going to fly down there on Monday. And on Tuesday, Travis is going to fly down for the second show. And then on Wednesday, Mike Meadows on drums and Jared Reynolds on bass are going to fly down to Houston, and we've got a private event, and then we'll start our tour. So I've got all their luggage and instruments and stuff. This whole room is filled up with gear. And yeah, so it's been chaotic, just getting the merch together, getting all this record stuff together. We're releasing songs, I've got 5 interviews tomorrow, doing a lot of press, and I don't know, all the stuff. Allison's book came out 2 days ago, so there's a lot happening. But anyway, let's get to the music. What do you say? Well, I say that it's going to take me a minute to do anything. I have a preamble for introducing myself. But I do have vinyl records, which I'm very excited about. So here is that. That's the front of it, which you've probably seen. Here's the back of it. This is me on a bicycle that I bought 2 days earlier, not thinking I would use it in a photo shoot. I just needed a bike. So I went, a guy was selling it in front of his house. I paid, I don't know, $70 for it. Had a basket on it, which I liked. And we ended up doing a photo shoot with David McClister, who did my last record, my last 2 records actually, Alone Together Sessions and What It Is. And so he came back for this one, and this cover is actually me sitting in a tree right outside of my house here and looking down at David. He took that photo with a flower that we picked from our neighbor's garden. So that's what that is. And then this is just me riding down the street in front of my house. with a suit that my wife got me for my birthday one year. Okay, let's play the first song. The first song is called Nice Things. It's 3 minutes and 48 seconds long. I wrote it with Brothers Osborne. Fantastic band, CMA winning duo of the year like 4 times, platinum selling guys, but they're really, really good. They're not just mainstream successful, they're actually really great. And just really talented guys who I got to meet a couple years ago, and we've written a couple songs together. One ended up on their record called Back on the Bottle Again, and we wrote this, and I thought it was going to end up on the record, but they didn't cut it, and so I decided I loved it and I wanted to hear it. So I think this may be the first time that I have ever played it. I played it live a few times, but I think this is the first time anybody's heard the recording. So I'm excited to share this with y'all. It's one of my favorite songs, and it's going to be the next single on the record. So without further ado, I'm going to put this on, and while it's playing, I'm going to disappear. It's just going to be an image. But hopefully the song will work. And if it's not, I'll still be able to read your comments, I think. So just tell me if there's any issue, okay? All right, here we go. First song off the You Get It All record is called Nice Things, and it goes like this. God came down to earth and to enjoy what she created. Took a fishing trip to Georgia to see what she could see, and cast out a holy line. Thought she'd hooked a big one, reeled in an oil barrel, and said, oh my me, this is why your whole world is on fire. This is why you can't drink from your own springs. This is why, this is why, this is why, this is why y'all can't have nice things. So she walked back to the highway, flagged down a passing stranger, an old man with a kind streak who offered her a toke. And just as she was partaking, the blue light started flashing. As they slipped the handcuffs on her, she thought this must be a joke. And this is why y'all are all strung out to Christmas. This is why I left you all them seeds. This is why, this is why, this is why, this is why y'all can't have nice things. Out of the jail with a rap sheet and no money, meant looking for a coffee, and passed by an angry mob. They were yelling about people who should suffer pain eternal. She asked one for $1, and they said, sinner, get a job. And this is why I bless you with compassion. This is why I gave you empathy. This is why I said to love your neighbor. This is why pills don't grow on trees. This is why I gave you all salvation. This is why angels lose their wings. This is why, this All right, and we're off. That is the opening track to the record. Nice things. Okay, I'm gonna try and answer questions as we go here too. I saw a question: who's playing guitar and fiddle on that track? On guitar was Kenny Greenberg. Kenny was a co-producer for this record. He and my wife Allison they co-produced the record. And Kenny is one of the greatest guitar players in the world. He his gig currently he plays with Bonnie Raitt and Kenny Chesney. But he's played for 1 million people and has done 1 million records. And he's just an incredible guitar player. So you'll see more moments of that throughout. And on fiddle was Fats Kaplan. Some of y'all may know Fats. He's played in a lot of different iterations. He played with Jack White's band. He's played most recently with John Prine. He was in John Prine's band. And he's just a really interesting guy. Almost a grandmaster chess player. Plays a ton of instruments. He's a magician. Really smart, really interesting dude, Fats Kaplan. So check him out. And yeah, let's see. Anybody else have any other questions there? Let's see. Yeah, I thought. So I was gonna write that song about like a relationship because my wife always says some stuff like that. That's why we can't have nice things because of me or my dog or whatever. So that's what I was thinking about. And when I took it to TJ and John Osborne, one of them suggested that we make it broader. Let's like make it about the planet, and so that's how that all came about. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's got a real Kenny Rogers feel that I dig. Okay, let's go on to the next song, and I'm going to show you. Actually, I'm going to show you some cool stuff here before I do this. Pink vinyl. Have you ever seen that? We've got pink vinyl, and then we have green vinyl. And I've shown people the green vinyl. The green you get through pre-ordering from Dual Tone. And the pink, I think, is through Magnolia Record Club. I haven't actually been informed as how people are supposed to get pink vinyl, but I'm going to find out. I'm pretty sure it's Magnolia Record Club. And let's see, maybe Callan can investigate that while we're talking. So that's that. And then we'll have black vinyl, which if you don't pre-order, it'll just be black. Is what you get, which will still be cool. And we have CDs and downloads and all that stuff. So anyway, that's enough of that. Let's move on to the next song. This is one you probably heard. I've been playing it on my shows for a while, and Allison chimed in. What'd she say? This is why we can't have nice things. I'm sorry, baby, to falsely attribute a quote to you. Well, it's been implied that that we can't have nice things because of our dog and because of me. So, this next song was the first song that we released from the record, and it's one I'm really proud of. And I wrote it with Craig Wiseman, who may not be a household name to y'all, but in the music songwriter business, at least here in Nashville, he's a legend. I read, or Allison actually told me the other day, there's an article that said he was the most played country songwriter in the last 100 years, Craig Wiseman. He's written 1 million hits. Well, not 1 million, but I think he has 60 number one songs or something like that. And this is probably not going to be 61, but it made a great track for me. And I was really proud to have written it with him. And it is called You Get It All. It goes like so.
All my tame and all my wild, all my man and all my child, all my faults and all my scars, all my sometimes lucky stars, all my joys and my regrets, all my old Guy Clark cassettes. I knew the night we met you get it all. All my lows and all my highs, all my truth and all my lies, all my rights and all my wrongs, all my from now on love songs, all my future, all my roots, all my worn out cowboy boots. I kick off in the hall, you get it all. And I'd rather drive you crazy, being more than you can stand, than to let you try to love half a man. And all my cards are on the table, and darling, it's your call, but I'm all in, so lose or win, you get it all. Cloud of Texas dust, all my humble, all my bragging, all my on and off the wagon, all my B.O. place to hide, all my always on your side, all my catch you when you fall, you get it all. And I'd rather drive you crazy, being more than you can stand, than to let you try to love half a man. All my cards are on the table, and darling, it's your call, but I'm all in, so lose or win, you get it all. All my blessing, all my curse, all my better, all my worse, from the chapel to the hearse, you get it all. Yeah, you do.
All right. You get it all. I gotta say, that's one of the favorite things I've ever written, or been a part of writing. It just feels very simple and clean and perfect. And I'm not saying it's a perfect song, but for me, it did exactly what I was hoping it would do. And I don't always have that feeling with songs, so that felt great. Okay. That was, again, Kenny on acoustic guitar, Kenny Greenberg. Jared Reynolds, who's been playing bass with me lately live and used to be in Allison's band. A lot of these people have a connection with Allison. Kenny has produced, I don't know how many of Allison's records. And they're doing some really cool stuff right now that I can't wait for people to hear. And Jared used to play in Allison's band. And he plays bass and sings harmony on that. And then Adam Landry, who a lot of y'all know from Alone Together Tuesdays, also used to play in Allison's band. He's singing some harmony on the third verse there. So really a lot of fun having all these folks on it. Okay, this next song is one I wrote with Josh Morningstar, who is a singer-songwriter I didn't know until we got together to do a co-write. Really cool guy. He brought me a book, which I thought was a great first move to, when you're writing with somebody, to bring a gift and show up at their house. I thought that was really classy. And I had this idea in mind about having a witness for our lives. And I thought there was two different ways we could go with it. Either just your partner as your witness. The first way was well, yeah, your partner as your witness, or family members as your witnesses, when you're losing the thread of your life, or losing the thread to your own story, or it was going to be about a couple that was really struggling, and one of them asking the other one, remind me why we're together. And I think that could have made a great song as well, but I'm glad we went the route we did. And we wrote it about somebody who's losing their memory, and really leaned into how heartbreaking that must be for that person and for the people that love them and have to witness it. And so we wrote this song over 2 or 3 sessions, and it took a while. I spent a lot of time working on it. Just really wanted to get it right, and I think we ultimately did, and I'm really proud of it. And we just released a video for it yesterday, but I'm just gonna play a song here for you. Although I don't know, it'd be cool if we could do the video, but I'm not quite sure how to do that. So we'll just play the song. You might have seen the video. Anyway, this is "Help Me Remember," and here we go.
The leaves on that ancient old oak tree are starting to turn the same shades as the flames of this fire that I'm watching burn. There's an unfinished crossword resting on the arm of this chair, and for the life of me I can't recall if I'm the one who left it there. It feels so familiar as I watch you walk in the room. And at first I don't recognize you, but then I damn sure recognize that perfume. And you kneel down beside me and gently take hold of my hand. I say, baby, I'm scared and I'm not sure I know who I am. Can you help me remember who it is that I used to be? Can you tell me the story of my family, my hopes and my dreams? Did I try to stand for something? Would I always fold? Did I do things when I was young to be proud of when I was old? Was our house on fire, or was I just a slow burning ember? Could you please help me remember? This ring on my finger is golden, faded and worn, like it was forged in the fires of love and has weathered the storms. I try to make sense of these old photographs on the wall, but they're just faces and places that I don't know at all. Can you help me remember? Feel like I'm losing my mind. I know there's a story, it's getting harder to find. Did I protect my children? Stand up for my friends? How much damage did I do? Did I ever make amends? Did I try to make a difference? Did I give a damn? Was I believing in God and His plan? Did I light up your life like a full moonlit night in December? Could you please help me remember? I need you to help me remember.
All right. That was Help Me Remember. And yeah. That was one that I released on Patreon, as many of y'all know. And I've been playing on my Tuesday shows, but it's cool to put it out into the world. But thank y'all again for supporting it early and often. And that's part of why I love this, is it helps me craft those songs and give an audience and get feedback on them before I put them out on a record. So, well, thank you, Allison Moore. That's a sweet thing to say. That's Allison singing on the last, that outro, which just really gets me. I think she's comes up in a couple parts, but it's so angelic and haunting in that exact moment where it comes up in the outro. Just incredible. So, okay. So let's see. We got a lot of songs. I'm just realizing this may take a while, so I'm going to try and pick up the pace a little bit. But I think most of that recording, that was me on the acoustic guitar, Kenny Greenberg on a lot of stuff. Let's see. Pedal steel and the drum. He played the drum, singular. Me on acoustic guitar and Allison on. So there's just the three of us. It was just me and Kenny and Allison on that track. So doesn't take a lot of people to make good music. Okay, this next song is a totally kind of change of pace here, but one of the first guys I wrote with when I first moved to town was a guy named Aaron Ratier. I got two songs on this record that I co-wrote with him. He's a really fun guy, great energy, and yeah, just like him a lot. And he was going to open this tour, but he is no longer. But I still like him. This is a song that I'd had kicking around for years, and I just couldn't finish it. And I took it to him, and we knocked it out in an hour. And it's called Any Other Way. And it goes like this. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
I have climbed up on the mountain and I've fallen in the pit. I've looked love in the eye and seen the other side of it. I spend most of my time just laughing at a joke nobody gets, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, she said she'd stay forever, but she lied, lied, lied. No, she couldn't keep a straight face if she tried, tried, tried. Told me that she loved me, now she's someone else's bride. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Ain't it funny what gets you where you're going? Who's to say what's right or what is wrong? There ain't nobody knows how life's gonna happen. Only thing to do is live it till it's gone. Every time I see my buddies, we get way too stoned. Oh, we start trading stories, and it's on, it's on. And I swear I left a piece of me down every road I've gone, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Ain't it funny what gets you where you're going? Who's to say what's right or what is wrong? There ain't nobody knows how life's gonna happen. Only thing to do is live it till it's gone. Live it up. It's a big old beautiful universe, and I'm happy where I am. I got supper in the oven and a cold drink in my hand. I take naps when I want to, go dancing when I can, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Ain't it funny what gets you where you're going? Who's to say what's right or what is wrong? There ain't nobody knows how life's gonna happen. Only thing to do is live it till it's gone. Only thing to do is live it till it's gone. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
All right. And I forgot that was a Patreon song too. I mean, a different version of it, clearly, but yeah, we put that out here like a year ago. So anyway, I don't know why I'm pitching y'all on Patreon. You're obviously here and hopefully enjoying it, but it's just a cool reminder to me of how many good things have happened for me through it because of it. Anyway, before we go any further, big announcement. Huge announcement. Callan, who you probably all know from Alone Together Tuesdays or through Patreon, because she's the person who has been connecting with you and answering questions for a long time now, has helped me keep this all together, keep this show on the road. When I didn't have a manager, when I didn't have anything going on, was the only person I was working with, and who I'm very grateful to have in my life. Callan, last weekend, what did she do? Oh, she got married. She got married, everybody. So let's wish Callan a big congratulations on her marriage. She is now, I think, 5 days married. So congratulations, Callan. Thank you for being the glue that holds this whole thing together. All right, while y'all congratulate Callan, I'm going to take a minute to find our next song, which is, again, a Patreon release. This was one of the first ones I ever released on Patreon, from this record at least. And it's the first song or second song that I wrote with Adam Landry and Allison. And so you've heard a version of it before, but I don't think you've ever heard this version. This is going to be our first time to play this for anybody, I'm pretty sure. It's called Different Boats. It goes like this.
Your boat, I'll roll mine. We'll both get there in our own sweet time, in our own sweet time, our own sweet time. Some stay in the shallow, some get in the deep. Some are slow and lazy, others up a creek, others up a creek. You know what that means. We get what we are given and hope that it floats. Everybody's on the river just taking different boats. He drinks liquor, she loves the law. Some hear the music, some jump overboard, some jump overboard. They jump overboard. Hot storms raging out in the west. Some never get lucky, some might have been born blessed, might have been born blessed. Hard to say, I guess. We get what we are given, and we hope that it floats. Everybody's on the river just a taking different boats. Water is smooth, the water is rough.
What happened? Sorry, we're gonna. Oh, part 2.
You hang on tight, then you hang in tough. It don't matter what will be, and be, and be. We're all headed to the same sea. Your boat and I'll roll mine. We'll both get there in our own sweet time, in our own sweet time, our own good time. We get what we are given and hope that it floats. Everybody's on the river just taking different boats. Get what we are given, and we hope that it floats. Everybody's on the river just a taking different boats. Different boats.
Okay. Right on. I didn't realize I was cutting into 2 parts, so it came back on me. I'm just glad I wasn't picking my nose or whatever. As it is, I'm just sitting here eating pimento cheese and crackers and drinking wine. This is great. This is so much fun. A listening party. Thank y'all for joining me. I really appreciate it. That was fun track, wasn't it? I think. I don't know. It's weird to say your own songs are fun. I enjoy it. I think that's really cool, and I love the vibe on that song. And Kenny Greenberg just played the guitar. I think Allison was singing in there again, doing the ooze, which is really cool. And she kind of a lot of the ideas behind how that recording went were hers. So it was I can't overstate the importance that Allison had on this record. Not only did she co-write a lot of the songs, but just as a producer, did a lot of great things. So anyway, okay, everybody. Well, that's side 1 of You Get It All. There are 11 tracks on this record, and that was 5 of them on side A. So I don't know if you can see it. We got Nice Things. You Get It All. Help Me Remember. Any Other Way. And Different Boats, which is the longest song at 5 minutes and 22 seconds. So, pretty funky little number there. So now we're going to flip the record. And the next 2 songs are songs I've released, so it may not be a big surprise to you, but I think they're good, so we'll get through them. And then we got 3 songs that I don't think I've played for anybody, although one of them was a former Patreon release. Anyway, I'm going to quit talking. We're just going to play the record. Okay, but that was side A, and this is side B. This is a song I wrote with Brandy Clark, and when we finished it, we were able to get her to sing on it, which was really cool. And a little backstory about this, Brandy is a great singer, but I guess had not done a lot of harmony singing, and so Allison did a guide vocal for her. She asked Allison to do a guide vocal so she could follow how to do it, and she did, and I think it turned out fantastic. I think it's a really great performance by Brandy, and so this is one y'all may have heard before. It's been a Patreon release, but now it is a You Get It All official release, and it is called In the Meantime. Here we go.
Good times we've had, the smiles and the laughs are the pictures that fill up these frames that hang in the halls and cover the walls of the home where we spend our days. And most times those good times are the times that we're in. And even the tough times we'd walk through again. But in the meantime, the holler and scream time, the crush all your dreams time, the can't hardly breathe. Gets forgotten and hope falls behind. for your dreams time. They can't hardly breathe time. Faith gets forgotten and hope falls behind. The love that we had turns bitter and bad. In the meantime, Lord, help us outrun the damage we've done. In the meantime, in the meantime.
In the meantime, I really love that one. I was kicking around for years, and it just turned out just the way that I wanted it to. Which again doesn't always happen, but anyway, I really love how that turned out. So I'm just gonna take a quick minute to say hey to everybody. I see a lot of familiar faces here. Of course, we got Stephen Jules Rubin. Let's see, we got Stephen Jules Rubin and Susan Ramirez. Good to see you, Susan. And Susan tells me that Brandy is touring with Kelsey Walden. That'll be a cool show. We have Brian Coggin. Brian, good to see you. Maybe Susie and Maria DeRocher, two regulars for sure. Buzz Livingston, good to see you guys. It's been too long. Hi, Maria Bilbrey, Music Maniac Lynn, Krista W. It's very cool. See a lot of old familiar names here and some new ones as well. David Simon. All right, Jeff Peaback, Reverend Rob Tall, D. Rich, Carolyn Smith, Lewis Raleigh, Robert Worlwus. Okay. Hey, Laura Wisdom. All right. So let's see. I am heading out on the road on Monday, starting a tour. Here's our poster, which I think is really cool. This is So That Nice Thing song, the first one you heard. That maybe make this poster make more sense. So that's God, although I'm not quite sure why she has angel wings. But God is a woman smoking some dope, fishing in the ocean, and these are oil barrels everywhere. So that's what that is. But here's the tour. We're going to start off in Texas, work our way up to the Northeast a little bit, and then back down to Tennessee, finishing up Tennessee. So, okay. All right, this next song is another one that I wrote with Aaron Ratier, and it has also been released. This is a fun one. It's very simple, kind of basic songwriting, but I love the way we pulled it off. And I'm going to play it for you here. It is called She'll Come Back to Me. I want to, babe. And Elvis is alive. A circle's got 4 corners, and 2 plus 2 is 5. I've never been hungover, and there ain't no fish in the sea. And she'll come back to me. A guitar don't make music, and a bumblebee won't sting. It works if you don't use it.
such thing as sin. Mamas don't love their babies, and money grows on trees, and she'll come back to me. Because one says a thing, that don't make it true. Now I'm sitting there by my lonesome, sad as a man can be, praying she'll come back to me. Oh, praying she'll come back to me.
Okay, she'll come back to me. All right, we're going to keep on rocking here. This is maybe the most up-tempo song on the record coming up here. This is one I wrote with Pat McLaughlin, who's a legendary songwriter, guitar player, singer. And this was a song that we started out writing. It's just kind of like a folk number. And at the end of the session, it was just very John Prine. Dun, 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 dun. And at the end of the session, we put a groove to it, and it just changed the whole thing and opened it up. And so this is what it sounds like now. This is called To Keep From Being Found. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Myself a tall boy and some cigarettes. I'm gonna climb into this old truck and get as far as I can get. Go looking for a motel room, one with an actual key. The old kind I used to find where you pay by the week. I'm gonna hang a couple pictures above that rotary phone, the one on which I'm not expecting too many calls from home. Gonna find me a movie, one that makes me laugh. Roll around that old TV so I can watch it in the back. I can't remember where I had my breakfast. Probably some old run-down diner in a broken border town. But I ain't ever going back to Texas. I pay the cost of being lost just to keep from being found.
groove to it. To keep from being found. Let's see. Buzz, it's I'll pay the cost, or what is the lyric? I was going to tell you what the lyric was. I'll pay the cost of being lost just to keep from being found. It's that. And Susan, what a great idea! Old hotel room keys, motel keys. That'd be a great merch idea. I don't have it, but it's a great idea. There's some supply chain issues right now, so normally I would take that idea and I would call somebody and we would try and get it turned around, but I don't think it's going to happen this time. Anyway, but that's a fun one. I've got some great video. I'll post it at some point. I wish I should have downloaded it or uploaded it. But of Kenny Greenberg in the studio. So a lot of this stuff, we did 2 days in a studio called Sound Emporium, which is this iconic studio. I don't even know what all's been cut there, but I think thousands of records. The photos on the wall is just a hall of fame of legends. And we did 2 days there, which is not that long, but we sort of tracked the basics for most of the record. I did the basic tracks for most of the record. But the rest we did at Kenny's studio. Kenny Greenberg, the guitar player and co-producer, along with Allison. And like I told you before, he's one of the greatest guitar players in the world. And we had a lot of fun with this track because I just let him go, I turned him loose on the guitar solo. I said, just rip. You know, it doesn't have to be tasteful, subtle, just rip. And so he took a bunch of passes, and including some where just for fun I'd put the camera on him and he would put it behind his head and play a solo like that good behind his head, which is very impressive to me. I can't even play 1,000th of that good with the guitar right in front of me. So anyway, he's incredible. It was fun. Okay, well, let's keep going here. This next one, I think the only time I might have played it was for like 10 or 15 people on a Patreon show a while back, but it's never been played live, and it's a really cool song, I think. I wrote this with Jeff Trott, who is probably best known for writing a lot of Sheryl Crow's biggest hits. But he's written for a lot of people, but that's you would recognize most of the songs from that, I think. Anyway, really great writer and interesting melody guy. And so we started this song. We didn't have any lyrics. We just kind of came up with a melody. And then Allison and I put a lot of lyrics to it. Actually, Allison did a lot of the verses, and I had the chorus. But my favorite part of it too is the singing, just the different harmonies that we've got on here. So this is unlike any song I think I've ever recorded. It's just a very different style than anything I've recorded, and I think it turned out really cool. So I'll let y'all be the judge, though. This is called Leave It All Behind.
You ever see a star about to go out? It burns so bright before the final bow. Who would ever think it was on its last breath? Kinda like looking at you right now. When you way down in it and you reach your limit and you finally admit it, baby, don't lose your mind. Just leave it all behind. So get your feet back underneath you. A little solid ground will remind your soul
Okay, that was Leave It All Behind, which that's Allison and Jared Reynolds singing harmonies with me, and I really like that. I don't think I've ever done anything like that musically, and that guitar solo is just killer too. I think it's got it reminds me of some Beatles song, but I can't place it. But just really cool melodies. So yeah, so that's that one. Okay, I think we're getting close to the end. We have 2 more songs to go. This next one, I'm going to preface it by saying this is something I released on Patreon, but a kind of totally different version of it. I wrote it with Waylon Payne, fantastic singer and songwriter, and yeah, we did a Patreon version. This is very different. It's more chill, and I think I like this version better. And this is the song that my parents do not like at all, because I'm being blasphemous. But they're not particularly religious, so I'm not sure why it bothers them, but it does. And so I'm just warning y'all, if you have issue with blasphemy, you might want to tune out for 4 minutes. But if you're cool with it, then listen away. This is called The Way I Love You.
I drove all the way to Tennessee to keep from looking at you. Constantly reminded of the damage love can do. Amped up like a junkie, praying for a little sleep. I tried every kind of medicine to purge it from my bloodstream. Goddamn, the way I love you. 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 I told myself I never, but I don't believe it. Probably ought to let it go, but I can't conceive it. I finally found a dream and ain't gonna leave. I figured out there ain't no reprieve. Goddamn, the way I love you. 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 Your love is gonna put me in the grave. I ain't got no soul to save. Goddamn, the way I love you. Goddamn, the way I love you. I drove all the way to Tennessee to keep from looking at you. Constantly reminded of the damage love can do. Goddamn, the way I love you. Goddamn, the way I love you. Goddamn, the way I love you. Goddamn,
That's right. All right, we survived. None of us burst into flames. It's gonna be okay. That's the way I love you. Yeah. Okay, everybody. Well, thank you so much for being a part of this listening party. It really is a treat, and I'm so excited to get to share the music with everybody. Some of these songs, nobody outside of y'all has heard them. Actually, like 7 of them, no one outside of you has heard them. The recording, anyway. And so I'm going to leave you here with this last one. Before I go, I should say I think on the YouTube page or on somewhere there's a link. If you're interested in pre-ordering the record, we got CDs or vinyl. We got the green vinyl. We got the pink vinyl. If you pre-order, and we've got test pressings and all kinds of stuff over at the Dual Tone page at the store. And so if you're interested, you can follow that. But even if you're just listening for free on like Spotify or anything, or just calling up a radio station and asking them to play something, it all helps so much. And I don't think you probably don't know how much it helps. It's cumulative, and we're hoping to have a really big first week. And anything you can do now, anything you do at any point in any time, I greatly appreciate. So first of all, let me start there and just say thank you for being a part of Patreon and supporting me in any way. And if we can have a big first week, it increases the chances of people paying attention and maybe getting some momentum and that carrying over a bit. And maybe have something. I'm really proud of this record. I think it's, as my wife said, I think it's the best I've ever sung on a record. Sung on a record. And these songs, there's a couple of them on here that I'm as proud of as anything I've ever written. And I love the production, like that last number. I just think it's so funky and cool. And so I'm very proud of what Allison did, what Kenny did, and what I and these co-writers did. I'm just very happy to put this out into the world. So I appreciate all the support in whatever way it comes, and just thank you for being here and listening to this. So having said all that, I'm gonna play the closer here. This is a song I don't know if people listen to albums front to back anymore, but I was like, I hated to put this at the end of the record in case people didn't make their way to it, because I like this song so much. But it was, when we looked at it, like, this has to be the closer for the record. This has to be the finale. There's just no way around it. This is a song I started writing with Sean McConnell, who's an incredible singer-songwriter. And then Allison helped me bring it home. And it's a piano ballad, which I don't think I've ever had a piano ballad. And I'm actually learning to play piano right now, or trying to, in the hopes that I can perform this on a piano one day. So I'm looking forward to that day whenever it comes. Yeah, so I'm going to play you this last song here, and then we'll say our goodbyes. This is If It Was Up to Me.
If it was up to me, the fish would all be biting, the words would not need writing, they'd just fall out of my pen. If it was up to me, my bank account would have more zeros, I'd be friends with all my heroes, and they'd call me now and then. If it was up to me, I'd live out by the sea and order extra rum with every single drink. I'd let it in the waves drown your memory. If it was up to me, if it was up to me, we'd all be driving 80. I'd be living like they paid me instead of working to get paid. If it was up to me, my mistakes would not outlive me, and everyone could just forgive me for all the ones I've made. If it was up to me, I'd have my own money tree, and I'd buy all the things that I don't really need. They'd help me not to think about how we used to be. If it was up to me. If it was up to me, the Stros would win the season. I'd have every reason to go out and paint the town. If it was up to me, this life would be so easy. Everyone would aim to please me, and they'd never let me down. If it was up to me, I'd have no enemies. I'd receive the grace I need without apology. And no one that I love would ever have to leave. If it was up to me. But it's not up to me.
Thanks, y'all. What does a black heart mean? Somebody enlighten me. I see some black hearts, and I've seen that on text stuff and social media, but I'm not sure how you. Anyway, all right. Well, that's the record. That's You Get It All. There it is. Bam, bam. Here's the inside of it. That's me trying to look dapper. Got all the lyrics on there, and again we've got pink and green vinyl, and then black vinyl will be coming out. So all right, everybody, thanks so much for being here and being a part of this. A lot of fun. I really appreciate it quite a bit. So I hope you're doing well wherever you are, and I hope we can see each other on the road sometime. I see a lot of requests about Portland, and I'll be out there in April or early May of next year. So it's going to be a minute, but I will get out to the West Coast, and we're going to get out everywhere, hopefully, at some point. It's just right now we got this run on the east side of town. South. Okay, well, I love you guys, and we're going to try and figure out how to keep this up so you can watch it if you missed part of it, or you want to come back and watch it, or turn a friend onto it. They can come watch it, and yeah, I hate to say goodbye, but I got a busy day tomorrow trying to get packed up, get all this merch figured out and gear put away. I got 4 interviews tomorrow and a lot of stuff to do, but I'm really excited to get out on the road and start playing these songs live. So I hope I'll see y'all out there. Until then, y'all take care, everybody. All the best. Love y'all.